Welcome to Game 3 of this ABUGames.com feature match. I am Derek Peterson.
And I'm Jim Greaves.
With ABUGames.com. Jonathan on the left was able to take Game 2. Ethan on the right took Game 1. Going to see which one can take the third and final game here. Looking at the sideboards, Ethan brought in 2 Supreme Verdicts. Didn't see what he took out, but he did bring in 2 Supreme Verdicts to deal with the creature onslaught Jonathan normally throws down.
That's not Thought Scour, but that is.
So, turn 1 Thought Scour, as well as a turn 1 Arbor Elf for both players.
I think the Augur's going to come down now.
Yeah, now we're going to see the Augur.
I love this card, Arbor Bolas.
Yep.
Reminds me, remember the card Seagate Oracle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that card in Rise of Eldrazi.
It was a fun card, and I agree. He's very reminiscent of that kind of ability. Do see a Thought Scour grabbed with the Augur. So at this point, Jonathan's going to look to see if he can get some early beats going on here. Taps 3,
Keyrune for Pilgrim.
So Jonathan with the early board presence.
Again, with this early acceleration that this deck thrives on.
Okay, Ethan sizing up here. He's got lands he can play. Which one does he want to get out? So he's got a Pike in hand. Looks like a Seraph of Dawn. And the Thought Scour. Okay. It looks like Jonathan just drew a Sorin. Let's see if he's got a black source here. If he does, it'll be probably the better play here, but looks like there's no black source for Sorin to come out.
Let's see.
Like, just thinking over his options here, he has 6 mana currently available to him between the lands and the acceleration. But he might figure Ethan has something like Essence Scatter.
I feel like if he has Thragtusk, he just slams it here, because Essence Scatter is the only card that
I would agree with that, but maybe he wants
So he does go for it.
So he does go for the Thragtusk. Not seeing any kind of current response from Ethan.
There you go.
So it looks like it lands. Jonathan goes up to 25. I know for Jonathan, landing a card like Thragtusk is huge in this situation.
Against this deck, there is no really good way to deal with Thragtusk in this blue-white deck.
So do see double Thought Scours for Ethan. So that's his third Thought Scour he's been able to cast this game. He played all 4, I believe, in Game 1.
Yeah, I think he cast Thought Scour 7 times.
It was ridiculous. Between drawing the card and then Snapcaster, it was a lot of self-mill.
Yeah.
So
he's deciding on if he wants to play Seraph of Dawn here.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself. If he wants to see if he can throw down Seraph of Dawn,
he couldn't just suit up his Augur with Enchanter's Pike as well.
Yes, he could do that as well.
It's pretty good out to Thragtusk.
At this point, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe that's an erase. So 5, 6, 7. 7 instants or sorceries in the graveyard for Ethan.
Yeah, that triple Thought Scour will help you do that.
Yeah. Swaying his options here, he's currently he hasn't taken any damage yet. He's still at 20, while Jonathan's up at a very healthy 25. And on Jonathan's end, he just wants to make sure he can keep getting things landing on the board. I feel like he knows Ethan's going to have a harder time dealing with creatures when they're on the board than when they're trying to resolve.
I mean, this deck runs, I think, 8 or 9 main deck counterspells.
So he does cast the Seraph and passes the turn back. One thing I like to point out with Jonathan's been on our videos for quite a bit, but not only that, whenever I see Jonathan, he's always talking to me about what's going on in the videos. He's always very interested, and I do appreciate that. I do appreciate any kind of interest we see from our local players. We do see a swing with Thragtusk with a quick chump block from the Augur. Quip. So it's going to be swinging for 9 here with that Seraph of Dawn.
And this is not looking good for John. He cannot race this Seraph. It's a 22-point life swing.
Yeah, so Ethan goes up to 29 while John...
Oh, sorry, it's an 18-point life swing.
Yeah, it goes down to 17.
He's attacking with the Keyrune here. So you can take 11.
excuse me, 16 is where Jonathan would be at this point. So he has a big swing here. So attacks for 11, sends Ethan down to 18. What do you see? Augur of Bolas.
I'll whiff around that one.
Yep, whiff, but I don't think he's too upset right now as he's swinging in for another 9 points with lifelink and first strike.
Yeah, I think the best thing Jonathan can do right here is chump him out.
Yeah, so it looks like he just took the damage, so he went down to 7. Ethan went up to 27. So,
yeah, still had all these on.
No black sources for Jonathan, but very sportsmanlike handshake. As Ethan's able to take it 2-1. Interesting note, this was not the end of Ethan's run, as the next day he actually won an online Pro Tour qualifier, so we wish Ethan luck on the Pro Tour coming up in February. I'd like to thank you all for joining me. Thank you for joining me, Jim.
No, thank you, Derek.
Alright, once again, I'm Derek Peterson.
And I'm Jim Greaves.
ABU Games. Take care, everybody.